Y'all just don't even know that I am going to y'all for bringing my daughter harm.
Troubling words from a mother now charged in the murder of her 11-year-old daughter.
But not letting her live her life.
Charging documents providing more insight into what Baltimore County Police say happened.
Y'all gave my daughter HIV. On my 11-year-old is running around with HIV.
Today's story comes out of Middle River, Maryland, where 34-year-old Keyona Dillon has been charged with first degree following the death of her 11-year-old daughter, London Olsen. On January 23, 2025, the Baltimore County Police responded to a 911 call reporting a cardiac arrest at a residence in the 2100 block of Firethorn Road. Upon arrival, officers found London unresponsive in the basement, and despite immediate medical attention, she was pronounced dead at the scene. Charging documents reveal that her mother, Keyona, allegedly used a plastic drain cleaner to strangle her daughter, and prior to this horrific act, it's been reported that Keyona also offed the family's pets, including 2 cats, a rabbit, and a dog, to demonstrate to London the consequences of not telling the truth. Investigators noted that prior to London's death, Keyona exhibited erratic behavior and made unsettling statements online about exposing child X-rings and other conspiracies. She also said that she'd off herself and her children, and she even alleged that London had HIV and was involved in an inappropriate relationship with the father of her children. And speaking of fathers, the internet sure does have a lot to say about London's father and his role in this situation, as well as some of the actions from his family members. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw some of the family's posts, it made me question a lot of things, and I really do try to extend grace to families when I'm covering these types of cases. And I really wasn't gonna bring it up, but the fact that a lot of you all see it too tells me that it's important to this story. And according to some posts on social media, it sounds like a lot of emotions have finally bubbled over and some sort of disagreement occurred at London's vigil. Now, London's father and uncle shared a video online confirming that they have set up a GoFundMe, and the uncle's behavior is a little bit off.
My name is Brian Wilson. I am the one who created the GoFundMe page for my niece. It is not fake. We asked a family friend to share that post, and that's why it got on Murder Inc. So everything is official. This is the father, my brother, and all we ask is for your support, not your criticism.
Could you tell them what my name is on Facebook? It's Pooh the Bear.
And the person who created all of the posts and been promoting it, my name on Facebook is Pooh the Bear. And thank you, Pooh the Bear, for all you have been doing, and everybody else with their continued support as well.
Now, initially, I was like, this is a little weird, and I know that grief isn't linear, and I mean, I really don't know these people, so I let it roll. And then I see this photo, and they're all smiling. So I'm like, well, maybe this was from a different day. And then I look, and they're wearing all of the same clothes. And I really don't like to think the worst of people, but these do not look like people who are grieving the loss of a child that they lost in such a violent and traumatic incident. And some people allege that the GoFundMe is a quick money grab because they're only seeking $5,000 to cover burial expenses and the care of London's siblings. And I do admit that that amount of money that they are seeking doesn't align to what they claim they intend to use it for. And to make matters worse, there are now screenshots of text messages floating around on Facebook. People allege that these texts came from Keyona's page, and she alleged that London's father wasn't stepping up. I can't confirm if this was the father she was texting, but for one reason or another, it appears that Keyona is asking this person to take on the kids. She's saying that she can't do it, and the other person is saying, no, they don't have room for the kids. Now, it's pretty uncommon for a mother to want to give up custody so willingly. And from my research, a lot of people online have said that it's been clear for quite some time that Keyona was going through mental health issues. All that to say, the general consensus is that this individual should have stepped up for these children and figured out a way to get them help, even if this person wasn't able to bring the children into their own home. Personally, I believe you can see her mental decline on her Facebook. In her older photos, she seems young, vibrant, and put together. And then over the course of the years, you just see her decline. And looking at her mugshot, she looks like a completely different person. And another reason why many people online are side-eyeing the father and his family is because Keyona has a pretty violent criminal past.
As the family of 11-year-old London Olsen grieve an unimaginable loss, questions remain over what led up to the tragedy.
Y'all just don't even know.
Before she was accused of killing her own child, 34-year-old Keyona Dillon, convicted of attempted murder as a teenager, then following her release, convicted of second-degree assault and accused of threatening to burn down her cousin's home. In the complaint from December of 2021, her cousin calling Dillon dangerous, violent, and a threat to society. Ultimately, Dillon never showing up to court, triggering an arrest warrant that years later was never served.
So, I gave you the perspective of the people who are asking where was the village, okay? But I have to give you every angle to these stories. And I can confirm that there was a village and the village was seeking help. So there's a post online circulating where a woman named Ariel, who claims to be London's aunt, said that when she saw the bizarre social media posts, she contacted the proper authorities. However, nothing was done and she was rerouted several times. So all that to say, regardless of how you may feel about the father and his family, you could easily argue that this was a failure of the system. And it really reminds me of the Michelle Blair case out of Detroit, where she offed her own children because she accused them of inappropriate behavior. And then Michelle put her children's bodies in the freezer and continued living in the home with her other children for years, as if nothing happened. And no one was looking for her kids. Not the dad, not his family, and not even their school. So this is where we wrap. London's story is absolutely heartbreaking, and it feels like it could have been avoided. So often we see these cases where these children didn't have anyone looking out for them, but London's village did stand up and tried to get her help. And I think at a minimum, we need to know, why did it take the proper authorities so long to show up to that home? And how can we fix this in the future? So, thanks for tuning in to TheParkeJones. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is an ongoing case. I will add it to our docket, and I'll catch you on the next one.